Do we really use this 1966 Ford Thunderbird to power up our electric fence? Well, watch the video and I'll show you. Recently, a while back, I purchased the 66 Thunderbird for a parts car for the engine and drivetrain. I figured why not put it to good use? It's a pretty cool looking car. I think it was a Rocker's hot rod back in the late 80s. Well, first, let's show you how our girls move all our sheep and our cows in 10 minutes every other day. Then we'll show you what we're up to with the 66 Thunderbird. Right here's where the feed line comes in. It goes to our reel. We use a poly wire. We have actually two reels with poly wire. What we do, we put up one fence, put the animals in it. When it's time to move them, we put up the other fence while they're in their original fence still. That way we can transfer them from one to the other, and then we just reel the other one up next time we're ready to move them. And a lot of you ask about our cows and how they've been doing. They really got pretty tame. They're actually growing pretty good too. Number 32, she's the nicest. 31's not too bad, and 33 behind there, she's a little bit on the skittish side still, but she'll be fine. They're actually pretty friendly. So is Kala. Our sheep, oh, they're doing well. That's our big scary ram. He's a couple years old now. As you can see, our pasture out here is not doing too good. This is 2 days of them eating in here. They did leave. They got most of the weeds down to the grass. There's not much grass out here. This is the first year we put our animals out here on this side of the pasture of our property. So we're trying to get it so it starts growing some good grass. So we figure every 2 days on about a 1/4 acre little lot, we'll move them on to the next pasture. That way they leave enough fertilizer behind to help the grass growth for next year. Our mobile water tote is working very good. So Talia usually pulls the sled and gathers up all the T-posts after the other girls go around and pull them out. While Autumn and Haley, Autumn's reeling, Haley holds pressure on it so the reel stays somewhat tight and she unhooks it. Haley unhooks the fence as they walk around it. Tylin helps pull out the T-post. Yeah, these girls keep telling us, these animals keep telling us, we want to move. They know it's time to move. This is exciting for them. They love to get on fresh new grass. With the girls moving the livestock for me while I'm at work during the day, it makes me so I could relax a little bit when I come home. And they don't mind doing it. Girls know to put the T-post in the corners on an angle because there's a lot of pressure on them. Smart kids. They get that from their dad. Speaking of smart dad, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor of the video, Jackery. This here's the Jackery Explorer 1000 portable power station. 1,002 watt capacity with 3,000 watt AC outlets. And one USB-A, one USB-A quick charge 3.0, two USB-A-C PD, and one car outlet. Full disclaimer, this Jackery was given to me. I did not have to buy it. But a couple years back when we lived off grid, got a Jackery given to us also. And we've been using it ever since, and we still use it to this day. That thing worked like no other and still performs very, very well. This was back when we lived off grid. We were able to use everything you could on grid practically. And it was great. So now we've been given this new Jackery, a little bit smaller, more compact, and more mobile. Because that old generator we had to work on all the time was just a pain in the butt. So the Jackery really helped out. You can easily plug this into Jackery's Solar Saga 100 watt solar panels and charge within 6 hours. You could also charge the Jackery with a simple AC charger that plugs right into your wall in your house. And it takes approximately 5.5 hours from 0% all the way back to 100%. If you're on the road a lot, you can take this little charger right here, cord, and plug it right into your car's cigarette lighter adapter to charge this bad boy up in no time. This simple but small feature, this little flashlight, works awesome for my editing camper. Sometimes when I leave at night to go back up to the house or wherever I'm going, it's really nice to be able to carry my lightweight Jackery with me and have the flashlight on it at the same time, so I ain't got to hold another flashlight in my hand. Another good benefit I like about the Jackery, it's very quiet. You don't have to put gas in it and start a generator, because if you remember before when we lived off grid, that generator always gave me troubles. Zero emission, zero cost with solar charge, no maintenance, plug and play, and super quiet is a win-win for sure. So as you can see, the Jackery really helps out in my operation here. Got to edit these videos in my new little off-grid editing mobile office I have here. When you got a bunch of kids and a wife and a family, when you're editing these videos, you need kind of quietness if you're anything like me. I need to be able to concentrate. With this Jackery, it makes things so easy. It's really lightweight. It fits right in the little cubby cupboard I have here. I can go out for a weekend to a lake, to a beach, anywhere I want. I don't have to plug into electricity. I could turn these lights on. I could run my whole camper with the Jackery for a whole weekend easily. If I'm going to be gone longer, I would actually bring my solar panels for it, and I can just throw them outside and let them get charged back up with a solar panel. Now, if you're interested at all in purchasing your own Jackery Explorer 1000, be sure to check out the pinned comment in the description for a discount. Thanks again, Jackery, for sponsoring today's show. Now let's get back to it. Each year as we move our livestock on pasture, the grass will get better and better. There hasn't been livestock out on this property in at least 50 years. It was farmed a long time ago, and then it was just overgrown by small trees and such, which we will be delimbing and taking some of the smaller trees out. Now they're putting the feed line in. This line will go to the top of all these T-posts, and they'll run extra T-posts all the way up the hill to the feed line that comes from the 66 Thunderbird that powers up this whole fence. Now it's very important that we have a good charger for this fence, because we're not only trying to keep our livestock in the fence, but we're trying to keep the predators outside of the fence. Even though we've got Kala in the fence, and then we got Kerchak outside of the fence, we still want to make sure it's powered good, because we do not want any predators at all wandering in. This right here is our livestock's favorite part of moving day. Crossing that line and getting some fresh new grass. I mean, what grass is there, but they're fattening up on it, so whatever's there, it's working for them.
Haley, drop it. I'm gonna drop her, Haley.
Yeah, Kala hasn't learned to cross the fence yet with the livestock, but she'll get the hang of it eventually. She just touched that fence at one point, and she's deathly scared of it, which is good. She'll stay in. And we fill up the water tote with fresh new water. Make sure the fence is up. Walk around the fence, double check it, try to get some weeds off of it if there's any weeds on it. And that's it for the day. Pretty simple. Yep, that's our feed line that goes up all the way up to the hill by my little editing camper. It's pretty nice to edit these videos and look out the window and see all my livestock in the field, so I can kind of park it wherever I want. Pretty cheap, easy mobile office. Kind of like it. So right here we're just attaching the fence, the feed line, to the feed line itself. Just like that. I guess I'll show you how this charger thing works, what we use a 66 Thunderbird for. We used to use the Tractor Supply little cheap electric fence, solar fence charger. It didn't work very good. You can grab a hold of it and barely get a poke. And no, we don't use the Ford's 351 motor to power the fence. We use the Boss Cyclops. Awesome fence charger to power our fence, but we do use the engine compartment to keep it out of the rain. And we use our brand new Jackery and our old Jackery to keep the fence charger charged. We just swap it out every 2 days whenever we move the animals. We never have an issue. The thing works awesome. Pretty cool, huh? And a big shout out to my girls. Thank you for all that you do. Dad really appreciates every one of you.